Did you know that you can easily and cheaply grow one of the most potent superfoods on the planet in the comfort of your own home? Hi, I'm Dr. Ken Street and I'm really passionate about enabling people to grow their own food, in particular spirulina. In this video I want to give you a step-by-step overview of just how easy it is to cultivate your own spirulina. But first, a few facts about spirulina.
The scientific name for spirulina is Arthrospira platensis. It's a microscopic cyanobacteria whose trichomes are often, but not always, spiral shaped, thus the name. The important and interesting thing about cyanobacteria is that they photosynthesize, just like plants. That is, they use the sun's energy to combine water and carbon dioxide to make sugar and oxygen. The other super interesting thing about spirulina is that it's so ancient. I mean, it's over 3.5 billion years old. It was hanging around in the primordial seas long before our ancestors crawled up onto dry land. Now, the take-home message about that is that it's a real survivor. In terms of growing it yourself, all you have to do is provide the right conditions, that's water, nutrients and sunlight, and it more or less looks after itself. The exciting thing about spirulina is that it's one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. I won't go on about it too much here because there's been lots and lots written about it in the blogosphere. There's been numerous scientific papers on the matter. But just to give you some indication, in terms of antioxidant and anti-inflammatory activity, just 3 grams of spirulina is the equivalent of 5 servings of vegetables. What makes spirulina the absolute rock star of superfoods is its suite of medicinal properties. There are hundreds of peer-reviewed scientific papers which demonstrate a whole range of potent medicinal activity. All right, enough said about how amazing spirulina is. The real purpose of this video is to show you how easy it is to grow your own fresh spirulina. So without further ado, let's get into it step by step. The first and most important step is to get yourself a live culture. A live culture consists of millions or trillions of spirulina cells suspended in a nutrient media. Now, you can buy spirulina online. At the moment, I think we're the only outfit doing that in Australia, but you can buy them from elsewhere in the world, although often customs will seize anything live coming across its borders. Order it from us and we'll home deliver it. After receiving a culture, the next step is to transfer it into a vessel with a larger volume. The main thing, the most important feature of that vessel is that it should be transparent to allow the sunlight to penetrate into the culture. And then you put the container in the sun so that the spirulina can happily photosynthesize. Then you bubble air through the culture.
So bubbling air through the culture allows for gas exchange, but more importantly, it keeps the culture moving. That's important so that the spirulina filaments each have a little bit of time in the sun.
So the next step is to build the culture up to the final volume. You start with a relatively small amount and you slowly add nutrient solution. The spirulina grows into that new volume and you end up with your final volume. So a good volume is between 60 and 200 litres depending on how many people you want to supplement. Okay, so once you've built your culture up to the desired final volume, you can begin to harvest it. Now, spirulina doubles its biomass every 1 to 2 days, so you can harvest it a few times a week. And you do this by sieving the culture through a silkscreen mesh. In this case, the mesh is tied to a bucket, and once the nutrient media drains away, you'll be left with a nice thick paste. An easier way to harvest is to use a filter frame. So that's just your a mesh tacked to a wooden frame. So once you end up with a thick paste, you add some fresh water and you give it a rinse and you work it back down to a thick paste again and you give it a good squeeze depending on how thick you want the paste, and it's ready to eat. You can either eat it straight away, or you can refrigerate it for up to 7 days, or you can freeze it if you have a lot of excess. Compared to dry spirulina, the wonderful thing about fresh is that it is virtually tasteless. Okay, if anything, it has a slight nutty flavor, slightly reminiscent of a sea breeze, but the main thing is it doesn't interfere with the taste of other foods. So you can add it with just about anything. My favorite way is to put it in a smoothie, but you can mix with mayonnaise and put it on your lentil burger or whatever. You can mix it with your salad dressing, put it in a smoothie bowl, add it to a curry paste. It's really down to creativity.
Okay, there you go. An overview on how easy it is to grow your own spirulina. There's a lot more information at our website at the link below. You'll also find we have everything you need to get started. So I hope I've inspired you to have a go. Be well.